Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucy Show. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great night. Please make sure to subscribe if you're not already to the second channel of mine. Ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos, along with checking out my other playlists. Definitely smash the like button and send it to the moon. Much appreciated. And of course, check out the links down below if you're interested in free stocks or crypto. So I finally went to AMC and watched a movie. I finally watched Minions Rise of Gru, which I've been meaning to watch for a while now. I know I had many options, and I know I asked you guys on my live stream which one you think is the best, and pretty much nobody chose Minions. Most of you guys wanted me to watch Top Gun or Thor Love Thunder. And so I still have not watched those two yet, but I will watch it later on. I never miss out on any Marvel movies, so it's just a matter of time before I watch Thor. And I purposely watched Top Gun 1 just to prepare myself for Top Gun 2. So I'm definitely going to watch both of those movies within the next 2 months, I hope. But Minions was actually so good. And I don't have my Minion toy here with me, it's in my closet. But I love Minions. I've loved Minions for a while now. And I don't think I've watched every single movie. So yesterday I was reminded that I guess I missed one of the movies. The one where it was just Minions and Gru wasn't involved, and they're like going back in time to the dinosaur ages and all the different like Egyptian times and all the different eras. So I think I missed that movie. If anyone's watched that, please let me know if you thought that was good. But I'm giving Gru, Rise of Gru, the newest Minion movie, a 9 out of 10. I know it's way too high, but I honestly enjoyed it so much. I was just like laughing through the entire thing, and it was just such a joyful, happy movie. And I don't know, looking at these guys, I'm like never sad. So watching them for the entire movie, I just kind of like, I was so carefree. I forgot about everything. And I was just so happy for the entire movie. Highly recommend it. If any of you guys need to take a moment and forget the world, I think Minions was, yeah, a really, really good movie to just kind of not think about anything else and just merge with the world of Minions. And I really, really want one. It was I can't believe I forgot this guy's name though. I don't know if any of you guys can name all three of them, but I always knew this was Kevin and I always knew this one's Bob because I have Kevin and Bob, like my Minion stuffed toys, which some of you guys have been watching my live streams on the main channel for over a year, then you've seen them. I placed them on my bed before, but I only know Kevin and Bob. Well, Bob's really cute because it has the two different eye colors. I forgot that his name was Stuart. I was like waiting for them to say the word Stuart, but like Gru kept saying Kevin and then Bob, but nobody really said Stuart until like I guess later in the midway of the movie. So I was sad that I forgot his name. One of my friends thought that his name was Steve. I guess maybe he's just not as talked about, but he's popular because he has one eye. Oh, so gentle minions. Um, over here. Okay, not this. You guys, I've told you about it before I watched the Minions that like I heard about TikTok like these teenage boys dressed up in suits and making the Minion movie more popular, basically helping with the box office. And I told you guys about it, but I said I never went to watch a video of this, so I didn't know what like if they're still doing it or are they showing up at like every single theater. And I thought this was old because we talked about this like well, Minions was open July 4th weekend. So it was like 4-day weekend. And there was a lot of people, I guess, that showed up because Minions was released like July 1st or something. And there was a bunch of people just watching Minions and doing the TikTok trend where a bunch of teenage boys dress up in suits. And I read it and found out about it through like a news article. So they were saying how like there were AMCs and certain movie theaters that were banning boys from dressing up in suits. So I was like, okay, I guess it's not going to happen. So I was totally not expecting to see teenage boys dressed up in full suits when I went to see the Minions. But of course, they decided to sit on the entire row next to me to my left. So, and I was like, worried. This is how you know you're old. When I was a teenager, I remember getting looks from like older people and it just it felt like you're constantly being judged, like you're gonna be doing something dumb or like something, I don't know, mischievous. And then that was me. I was the old person yesterday. I'm like, when I saw these kids come in, I was like, darn. Are they gonna ruin my movie? Like, what are they gonna do? Because I saw on the news that bananas were thrown, and then like apparently the kids are supposed to be very rowdy with their suits, but the boys, the whole entire line, they were all teenage boys, and they were all dressed head to toe in their suits. They were dressed very nicely, and there was this like I think there was one guy holding a giant stuffed toy of Bob. Um, they were just they were pleasant, they were fine. They weren't yelling, screaming, they weren't even extra loud. I think I was louder in the movie, just like laughing, than the kids were. So I don't know if they didn't go full force with the trend. But then I came back after the movie and then I wanted to see like what this TikTok was about. So I watched this video. You can check it out, Bill.Hurst on TikTok. And I guess they were louder. They were like cheering more in the TikTok video, and it's supposed to be a trend that this guy actually filmed, but a lot of people did the trend without filming it. But the kids that showed up yesterday, they were totally pleasant, but I was curious throughout the movie, like, were they going to do something crazy? I don't know, throw their bob at the screen or something like that. And it was it was kind of shocking to see that the the Minions movie or this movie was like had a lot to do with like I don't know Chinatown and like Asian myths. It was like the Asian Chinese zodiacs and stuff, like the animals, and even the theme song in the beginning was like an Asian song. I'm pretty sure it's like a Chinese song in the beginning of Minions. So maybe like all the news with the Gentleminions and the suits and whatnot threw people off, or on the news I'm not really hearing much about how it kind of like touches upon Asian culture, but it was neat. And I didn't know Michelle Yeoh, is that her name? Michelle Yeoh, I think that's her last name. But the lady in Crazy Rich Asians, the mother, the lady who played the mother in Crazy Rich Asians, I think she was probably in like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, that movie too. So she's like really famous. This lady, she was in the movie as well. Remember to smash that like button. Thank you, Alan. Welcome to the stream. Got your says nerds. How many 420 gummy bears you eat while watching it? I did not. That's totally good. I went to watch it with my teenage friend, so no 420 gummies. I was like this old person sitting between a group of teenagers and then my teenage friend. I'm friends with my teenager friend's mother as well. So it's a fun relationship. My kid loved Minions, Swagmaster says. Aw, I'm glad. It's good. No, really, I really liked it. Highly recommend. I know at first glance, it kind of seems like, I don't know, whoa, what's happening here? Ah, okay. Guys, I'm very noob at my iPad. I feel like I just totally hit something and now it's not coming out. Ah. Okay. All right. Well, that's too bad. You're just going to have to listen to me talk because my iPad's not working properly. But here's news, more news with Amber Heard. Judge rejects Amber Heard's request for new trial in Johnny Depp case. I didn't even know that she was suing for like a mistrial, but not really surprised here. It says last week, Heard's attorneys filed a motion saying that one of the jurors chosen for the trial was not the same person who received the juror summons. Uh, so I guess they're going after maybe the fact that they lost $15 million, give or take, or at least $10 million, and blaming it on the jurors' issues. Uh, Thank you, Zombie Doge Army, for being a member of Rubber Chicken YOLO Gang for 2 months. So welcome to the stream. Yes, guys, and smash that like button. Oh, I guess they did change the background for the super chats. I saw that from Ken Bussey earlier today. I was like, surprised. That's much cuter. At least it's nice to see YouTube putting in some effort with their super chats. Thank you, Diamond Hand 69, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Bob is my favorite. Yes, he is mine as well. Honestly, if I had a Bob every day to like be my minion, I think I would be just a happy every single second of every day because he's just adorable. And the way they talk, the way they're dressed, I don't know, I've said this in the past, but it's something with like yellow cartoons. It's like Minions, Pikachu, like all these cute little yellow cartoons just like they make me happy. Or maybe they just have like happy vibes. I don't know. My mom's favorite color, she says, is yellow because she says it makes her happy. So I don't she doesn't care about the Minions or doesn't watch the Minions, but I love it. Um I used to have a Minion toy, but I think I gave it away. I had a Bob. I had a Bob where you could hold like pinch his hand and then he would say like banana and I'll have like a couple character quotes. Attorneys for actor Johnny Depp on Monday rejected the efforts by Heard's legal team and called the filing frivolous. The person on the summons who listed his birth year as 1945 shares the same last name and address as the juror who served and who listed his birth year as 1970, according to the court filing. The individual who appeared for the jury duty with this name was obviously the younger one. Okay. Defendant does not allege Juror 15's inclusion on the jury prejudiced her in any way. The judge wrote in her decision, the juror was vetted, sat for the entire jury, deliberated, and reached a verdict. The only evidence before this court is that this juror and all jurors followed their oaths, the court's instructions, and orders. This court is bound by the competent decision of the jury. So that did not work out in favor of Amber Heard. But honestly, I think like their attempt at saying this was a mistrial because of the jurors would have worked way more in their advantage before the verdict. You can't go and say, okay, I think there's an issue here after you clearly lost. Like before there's any verdict, I definitely feel like she would have had a chance if her legal team was like, no, 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 I don't know this person here. This is not going to go my way if you will continue to allow this person who doesn't deserve to be here to sit on my trial. Like your words would mean a lot more, in my opinion, had they done that prior. And like, we've never heard of this prior. So it's obviously not going to cut it. So not surprised that she lost whatsoever. Elon Musk, guys, this actually happened yesterday and I forgot to talk about it on my main channel, but he changed his profile again. I mean, before, I don't think his Twitter profile really said anything. I think it was like just emptied out. There was no more like Techno King of Tesla or whatnot. And now it says Mars and cars, chips and dips. Mars and cars, definitely, I think, aiming for SpaceX and Tesla. But in terms of chips and dips, I wonder if he's hinting something, as he always does, in my opinion. Or I like to think that he's hinting stuff. Do you guys think that chips and dips? I'll ask you guys on a poll over here. By the way, huge thanks to all of you guys, my community members, and those of you that are subscribed for destroying that like button. Thank you. Hi there, chill, JJ James. So, do you think that chips and dips, is that a hint for we should all buy the dip on anything related to him? Dogecoin, Tesla? Is something going to pop soon? Is this what he's hinting, or he's just putting chips and dips for fun? I don't know. Hi there, Golder. So let's ask. Is chips and dips a hint for bullishness? Again, I think the world needs more bullishness because right now things are very, very, very dark. Everyone's just talking about inflation or crime rates going up, and it's not really helping the fact of me being obsessed with Grey's Anatomy, currently on season 3. There's like just so many, of course, like on Grey's Anatomy, a show about hospitals and stuff, and constantly showing the ER. I'm like watching for the last few weeks Grey's Anatomy, and I'm always introduced to all these freak accidents, whether it's car accidents or ferry boat accidents. I don't know if that ever happened in the Seattle in like the history of ever, but I'm at the part right now where the hospital's like overwhelmed because there was this like giant ferry boat in Seattle accident and it was like burning and tons of people, like hundreds of people died or got injured, and they're like trying to save their lives. So these things, along with like what's actually happening in the world, is pretty depressing, and it just makes me like want to hermit more. It makes me want to not go outside because I'm like, I don't know what would happen to me. What if I get into an accident and then a doctor has to drill something in my head, which is what was included in one of the episodes. That a drill was used to drill through this guy's brain. Elon Musk pokes more fun at Hunter Biden. I can't say the words on here, but I'm sure you guys have seen that tweet about Hunter Biden. There's been some funny ones, I gotta say, on Twitter, saying that ever since Biden became the president of the United States, ever since his father became the president of the United States, he's actually been getting more wealthy, unlike everybody else. In terms of more negative news, guys, well, actually, here's a good one. I'm actually excited for this. There's a Rob's Popcorn by the Jonas Brothers, the band. So musicians, Jonas Brothers, they have their own popcorn line apparently that you can buy at Walmart. I'm probably going to try it and let you guys know what I think because I actually love popcorn, and I have a mukbang playlist on my main channel, so I might, no promises, but I'm definitely trying this out because I love popcorn and I saw the ad for it and it actually looks really good. I saw the ad for this Rob's ROBS popcorn by the Jonas Brothers, and they're saying that it tastes amazing. It's out of this world. I love popcorn, so probably going to try it and see what's up. More news. Bloomberg says long COVID patients are traveling to Europe to seek unproven cures, report says. Thousands of UK patients with long COVID are leaving the country to seek expensive, unproven treatments, such as blood washing. I don't even know what blood washing is, so I'm just going to assume that they're like literally maybe changing all of your blood and swap it for new blood. I don't know. Not health advice on my channel, entertainment purposes only. Do your own DD. But it says people are trying to do blood washing abroad. According to a report, many travel to private clinics in Cyprus, Germany, and Switzerland for apheresis, a blood filtering procedure, and anti-clotting therapy, according to the investigation published in the British Medical Journal. In one case, a patient reportedly paying more than 50,000 euros, which is about $50,000, 185 bucks. I love how before we used to have to say like, this is how much in euros, and this is bracket how much it is in US dollars. But now it doesn't really matter because it's reached parity, and who knows, maybe euros are going to actually go down so much that it will eventually have 80 cents euros for $1. Well, sorry, 80 cents USD for $1 euro. I think that could be possible in the future. For apheresis, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and an intravenous vitamin drip at a center in Cyprus, and return home with no improvement. Oh my God, imagine paying $50,000 for nothing. But I definitely don't know anybody. Like, love to know from you guys if you know anybody from real life that has long COVID. I know that it's actually like something that could qualify you for like disability or something. I read in the US, like people have been applying in the past since like 2021. I read about this, how there were people with like long COVID in 2021 that were applying for disability if you could prove that you have long COVID. So I'm assuming that if you have long COVID, you probably are testing positive for COVID like more than 6 months, because I read that you would have COVID for like 6 months. So if you have COVID for 6 months, then you're probably testing positive on like antigen tests and PCR tests. But I don't know anybody that's been positive for COVID for like more than 2 weeks. So, and generally it's like around a week. And I myself was just positive for like a week, and then I lost my taste and smell, and then that's it. I got better also after 2 weeks. But I do know people who, like, my brother's friend apparently lost his sense of taste and smell for like 6 months, but then I came back after 6 months. But that's not long COVID because there's like no other sickness symptoms. And it's not like they were testing and getting positive for COVID long term. So I don't know how that works, but definitely scary stuff. And honestly, we're in like very crazy times. Like sometimes I'm just like, before I started this stream right now, I was so tired for no reason whatsoever. I like took a nap, and I was wondering if I'm affected either by vaccine or by having had COVID in 2021. Or am I on my diet and my diet's different now? So maybe that's why it's affecting my body to feel tired because I naturally am not eating as much artificial sugar as before and I'm not taking in as much calories. So maybe that's a reason. There's so many reasons now for me to have health issues and I wouldn't even know where to pinpoint it at. Zombie is long COVID, Alan says. My sister has it. Got yours says, oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Never got her smell and taste back. And she's been just tweaked with tiredness and hearing issues. Oh my God, and hearing issues too. Okay, I've not heard of anybody who got hearing issues throughout having COVID out of the many people that I know that had COVID. So that's a new one. But the taste and smell, unfortunately, yeah. There has been people who've been telling me not like full gone, but still affected. Like there are some people who've told me, I think I told you guys, that they say like certain parts of the day their taste and smell is like off and then like it'll like come back to them later on in the day. Like everybody just has very strange symptoms. European stocks are outperforming the S&P. Golder McIver says, um, I don't buy any European stocks, but hey, maybe they'll join us on a stock market crash once the European Central Bank finally raises interest rates for the first time in 11 years. I believe it's next week, but don't quote me. I think I heard that on the news, but they're definitely raising rates this month. So maybe that will finally come to an end. But I wonder what would happen to the US economy once, all the other places raise interest rates as aggressively as the US because so far it's really just the American central bank that's been raising rates really aggressively, along with, I guess, Canada. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Canada did worse. Canada so far has raised interest rates by 2.50%, I read. And we've really only brought up rates, the federal fund rate overall for like 1.50%. So we're not as wild as Canada, but maybe that's why Toronto is down home sales from the past year in comparison by 41% because they're raising rates by so much. So maybe what happens, again, this is just from my imagination, but who knows? Maybe when the US raises rates to 2.50%, so 250 basis points overall, we will be like Toronto and we'll be like Canada and see that home sales will also drop by, who knows, 40%, 50% in comparison to the same month last year. Elon is buying euros on the daily. Zombie Dar says, hi there, Henry. Hi there, smash like, subscribe so I don't have to. Thank you for reminding everybody to destroy that like button. 59% of you believe yes. Chips and dips on Elon's Twitter profile is a hint for bullishness. I hope so. I hope so. And that's not just me wanting Tesla to rise or Dogecoin to rise, because of course I'm not against that, having both. But it's just getting like boring out here. I think in the stock market, just like all the finance YouTubers, I could see like the energy being a little dim lately, just because like most people are out of chips to buy the dips. And obviously, there's more chances that people are just like most people I talk to in life, they're just like, yeah, I'm not investing anymore because I'm completely locked in. Like I just stuck with a big bag, cannot purchase any more things without selling at a loss. And a lot of people either refuse to sell at a loss or sold at a loss because they have to pay their bills. So just a really uncomfortable situation. I'd love to see some bullishness in the market. Like we're done. I think this was enough punishment from November to now. It's been well over 6, 8 months. It's been well over 8 months of just like a lot of pain. Lucy Yamato from One Piece. What? I've never watched One Piece. I'm sorry. I don't know who is Yamato. Are you saying that I am Yamato from One Piece? Is that like a superhero character? I just know that One Piece is like the guy that my friend really watches it, but I don't watch it. I've never seen it. It's the guy who stretches a lot. Yes, that's cool. Matt Wallace. What? Zombie Doge Army. It will be okay. We will watch Minions and we'll be happy. JJ James says. Yeah. They should make like a trading app where it's just Minion themed. Oh my god, Robinhood should totally do that. If they want more subscribers, they should hire me to come up with ways to help them make more money. But honestly, I think if it was more fun, I know like Robinhood's constantly made fun of for like looking like a video game, but at this point, I need things to look more like movies and video games when I'm trading because it's like it's boring and it's dark. I'd rather have a Minion themed trading app. Or it'd be really cool if like you could pick your themes, right? Like when you play League of Legends, you can have different skins, you can have different outfits for your characters. I would like to have yeah, different backgrounds, different themes, different modes, instead of just different colors for my trading apps. All the trading apps pretty much look the same. You could choose a white mode or a black mode, so it's like dark mode, light mode, and that's about it. I would really like to have a Bob theme or a Minion themed or Jurassic World theme. Also, didn't watch that. I need to watch Jurassic World as well. Did anyone in here watch Jurassic World? Is it good? Yeah, Millennial Money shut down, got your says. Yes, I saw that. I mean, I didn't watch their last episode, but I saw it pop up on my thumbnail. Millennial Money, which is like Graham Stephan, Andre Jack. Um, I think Me Kevin was there, but he like hasn't been on any of the newer episodes for a while, and Jeremy. So these four YouTubers, they're on Millennial Money. And I saw on my thumbnail today that it said not clickbait or something like not clickbait last episode. So again, another financial channel filled with financial YouTubers taking a little mini break. But who knows if that's because obviously the ads are not doing as well anymore. None of the companies are doing as well. So there's less ad revenue. YouTube is also not doing as great as when everybody was locked in and had nothing to do but search up banana bread recipes. We are living at a different timeline. And I was just told today that apparently Google is coming out with data saying that there are a lot of people, so they're losing, Google searches. So there used to be people who would like search everything on Google, but now there's a lot of those searches being lost to TikTok and Instagram. And I think I'm actually guilty of that. I still do Google searches a lot. But if I want to do something like search the Minion trend, I could just go on TikTok and literally type in Gentleminion. I don't need to go on Google to see what I want to see because a lot of what I want to see is already on TikTok or on Instagram in a video format. And also, same thing with Instagram. There's so many news outlets on Instagram that you no longer need to just go on Google to do a search, which will eventually take you to some type of an Instagram, TikTok, or other post. So yeah, but I also do a lot of searches on YouTube instead of Google itself. But Google owns YouTube, so that's still fine. I feel like Google will always be like the top dog, but they are definitely losing some money over to TikTok. And I feel like in a political sense, TikTok, even though a lot of people think that TikTok will never be removed just because there was two scares already this year, we already had like a second scare. And during Trump's reign in 2020, there was already that scare that TikTok was actually going to be removed due to privacy policies and whatnot. Um, I think that if it like push comes to shove and the American government want more jobs and to promote more like domestically for like social media platforms and with like the cover up of privacy or whatever you want to call it, but they just really want to keep more business going and provide more jobs in the US and not kind of give away all that money, all those jobs, all those possibilities towards companies like TikTok, which are not American based. That could happen. I could definitely imagine TikTok eventually being removed. The sound of a clock, Ellen says, what is TikTok? I have to back to work after 28 months working from home, Golder says. Why are we talking about bananas? Oh yeah. Yeah, and I was actually wondering yesterday if there was going to be bananas thrown, but maybe I'm a little disappointed that no bananas were thrown. I'm a little worried for when Europe gets cold, Henry Beadle Jr. says. What if Russia cuts off their energy? They get colder before the US, Henry says. Yeah, that's something, but the thing is, Europe already stated, and I think this was like 2 months old news, they already stated that they're gonna work on cutting, I think, like 90% by the end of this year of either like one specific type of energy or nearly all energy from Russia. They're gonna attempt to cut, I believe, like the number was like over 90%, and they're already aiming that themselves before the end of 2022. So they're in really, really like on thin ice actually, because I don't know where they're going to get what they used to get from Russia. Um it's going to be a really giant hole to fill, and I don't think they're ready for it. So it's like they're doing all these things for like just literally morale and like to help out Ukraine in a sense, I guess. But in while helping out Ukraine, or I guess on the surface saying that you're helping out by not taking Russian energy, you are hurting your own economy and you are hurting the people there. So there's just really no win-win situation in times of war. I bought Elon here. You think Lucy would faint? If I brought Elon here, you think Lucy would faint? That would be really hard to prove that Elon Musk watches my YouTube videos. I don't think he'll ever, but if he watches them, I'm sure I'll be able to find out. He can make a post on Twitter that says the Lucy show is awesome. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. I gotta go and watch my Grey's Anatomy. Still addicted, but I eventually will take a break because I don't think I'm gonna binge from season 3 right now all the way to season, I think, 18 without taking a break on watching anything else. And yeah, definitely gonna watch Thor, Love, Thunder. Jurassic World, maybe eventually. I'm not in a huge rush to watch it, but Top Gun and Thor, Love, and Thunder, I'm very excited about. I actually thought this was really cute news. I can't believe this made the news, but they were saying how Chris Hemsworth, the actor for Thor, apparently did not eat meat the day before he had to do a kissing scene with Natalie Portman, which plays his love interest in Thor, Love and Thunder. Well, she was his love interest like the entire time because she's a vegan. So I just thought that that was very cute. And it was kind of funny that that made the news. I was like rereading it. I'm like, wait. He only stopped eating meat the one day before. I'm like, it would be more dramatic if he didn't eat meat, like, I don't know, the whole month prior or a whole week prior, but then I'm like, okay, that's too much sacrifice. I wouldn't do that for anybody. Um, but it's still cute. And she thought that that was thoughtful, that he didn't want to eat meat the day before. And she says that, like, he eats meat like every half an hour, which is insane. That's too much meat. That's too much protein for a single person. I would do it though. I think I would eat like jerky if I could, like every half an hour, if I just never got fat. If I didn't gain weight from it, I probably would be eating bacon and like steak and then turkey legs and just be like Thor every half an hour. Thank you, Zombie Doge Army. Thank you so much for the sticker. A kiss has meat. No, so I guess he's being thoughtful because maybe he didn't want meat breath, or I don't know. I heard vegans are very sensitive to smell, so maybe he just didn't want to, offend her or make her kind of turned off by smelling his meat breath. If he had meat on the day of their kissing scene. Top Gun is good in the cinema, Golder says. Cool, because that's where I plan on watching it at AMC. Top Gun. You can't have pudding unless you eat your meat. Meat is carbless. Eat all you can, Henry Villa Jr. says. Well, you guys will see my fitness video coming out soon on the main channel on my health and fitness playlist, but that's actually what I've been doing. I am more of a I was going to say veggies and I was going to say meat. I'm more of a vegetable and meat person, so I like to eat vegetables and meat. Like, that's my combo. Versus like pasta or bread or carbs and veggies. Like, I always have to eat veggies just because, I don't know, I'm a vegetable addict. I can't not eat vegetables. I think I've like never in my entire life gone a day without eating some type of fruit or vegetable. Like, never. I've never just like woke up in the morning, had a couple pieces of bacon, drank water, and went to sleep. It's never happened to me. So I always have to have vegetables, and I always do like vegetable and meat, or like vegetable and carbs, but I try not to do that together. Yeah. So I usually go with the vegetable and the meat. Anyways, guys, thank you. Chilton Chility said Top Gun 10 out of 10. Drastic 8 out of 10. Okay, cool. I think my rating will be similar, except I don't know if I'll give Top Gun 10 out of 10, no matter how good it is, because 10 out of 10 is like insane for me to give. I usually don't give 10 out of 10 easily, but I know I gave the Minions 9 out of 10 just because it was super enjoyable. It was the timing of things. Too many bad things out there. Minions just made me happy. So I stick with that. 9 out of 10. Top Gun will probably be 8 to 9 out of 10 if all the rumors are true and it actually is that good. But I wonder if people like, let me know down in the comment section below, especially if you're watching this live stream late, if you thought Top Gun 2 was better than the first one. Because the first one was really, really good to top. Detective Pikachu, 10 out of 10. Okay. No, I didn't think it was 10 out of 10 for me, but it was adorable. It was adorable. I think that was more of like a 7.5 out of 10. I forgot what I rated it at the time, but I think it was 7.5. Anyways, guys, take care, stay positive, and I will see you tomorrow on the main channel. You think Minions will be better than Top Gun? Golder says. I think I'm going to be thoroughly like on the edge of my seat, entertained in a different way when I'm watching Top Gun. Like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? You know, whereas for Minions, like I knew they were going to be fine. I knew that Bob, Stuart, Kevin, nobody was going to die and Gru was going to make it, kind of like the perks of watching anything prequel. So I wasn't worried. I wasn't sad at all. Whereas I think for Top Gun, it's going to be more like keeping me on the edge. And I like that too. I think it's just different types of entertainment, but I'm going to be entertained nonetheless. Top Gun's great, but Enemy was never mentioned. Guess not to offend. Top Gun 2 was way better. You mean the original one, right? I feel like the original one, there wasn't really a huge enemy. Okay, like in my opinion. I'm a veggie freak. Yes, zombie Doge army. When I feel I need veggie, I go Subway, GB Love says. So you mean you load up on a little bit of carbs along the way for some vegetables? At least you have some vegetables in your sandwich, so I don't blame you. But the first Top Gun, I felt like there really wasn't so much a protagonist. Is it a protagonist or antagonist? Antagonist, right? Really bad with these terms. But the bad guy, I think that's antagonist. Yes. I'll go with antagonist. I'm probably wrong. But the bad guy, I don't really think there was true bad guys in Top Gun. It just didn't feel like, yeah, the plot didn't really talk about like, oh my God, that's a bad guy. Like we have to beat the aliens. We have to beat the bad guys. The first movie was more, I think, like it's almost like a Tom Cruise is growing up, like Maverick is growing up, coming of age story, even though I guess he was a grown man in the movie, but he was still very young. So I think it was more of like coming to adulthood or like, yeah, like a growing up manly movie. That's what I thought of it. I didn't really feel like it was like a bad guy. Cause then the guy that was like, oh, I forgot his name, the blonde guy that he was kind of like bickering with, that guy I thought was going to do something terrible throughout the entire movie when I first watched Top Gun, and he never did anything terrible. It turns out that he's still a good guy. And then they end up being friends in the end. Just say bad guys. Yes. All right, guys, take care. Let me go watch my Grey's Anatomy and hope to see you guys soon. Bye.